Now I know why I never took this way before.
Welcome to Queens. We
Oh
had
yeah,
a
but
shithead mayor a couple of years ago lower the speed limit
to 25.
to 25, 10
That's
like
just
5 miles, and those 5 miles make a difference when your cars from like 20 from like well from any time before 2016 all go at a fucking 30 miles minimum, and they go to 35 as the default because you're allowed to go 5 over the speed limit. So welcome to the bullshit show.
oh my goodness. It's you have that and that. Like the only reason I took that road, took that route is because that allows me to turn right onto my friend's street. Because if I don't do that, finding parking from the opposite end is annoying. Well, it's annoying finding parking. It's just annoying to actually have me to like turn to the gas station and then basically do a broken U-turn and then park on the other side if you're able to find parking. That is.
As if you're able. And
Yes.
Flushing is fucking terrible parking.
Apps.
Like my neighborhood, terrible with parking.
So I'm just like, because you can't park any way you want. You have to park in a certain way. So like, that was like the best way for me to like find parking. And like, I'm not consistent with the parallel parking because I don't have to use that because I don't live in the city.
Yeah, when you live in the city, parallel parking just becomes fucking second nature.
Yeah, like you people parallel park like gods. And I'm like, it's necessary.
It is necessary.
Like the way people like get away with certain things without sitting, it's like a cost at times, you know. Still hate it because like they parked it packed it so tight that you go to back out, some asshole parked right behind you the same way, and I'm like, really?
Oh yeah, that happens
Really?
all the fucking time. Like all the fucking time. We get that. It is
And it's like
ridiculous.
it's one thing if we had cars like the Jetsons where you don't have wheels, you kind of just float in and out
Yep.
of spaces.
The Jetson
Yeah.
car.
Oh my goodness, yes. Like hover cars. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
if we were in that type of time and we had enough company people, that would be fine. We're not in that time, and we do not have nearly enough company.
No, two things that us city folk know how to do very well: back into a parking spot and parallel park. We learn.
We were raised in the parking. We were born in the parking. Live by the parking. We died by the parking.
We didn't see a parking spot until we were already men.
Even then, you still didn't see a parking spot.
No.
Oh man, I'm just like, I'm gonna have to memorize going the other way. Just again, I've gone there a couple of times, but I kind of wish they were back at there. Out in this place. Because somehow I always live in that part of town. Because that getting to that place is fine.
Where did he
You can
live? Where's
find
his in-laws?
his in-laws lived in I want to say Elmhurst, but it doesn't sound because it's like it comes out as two different cities depending on because like in Google Maps um, it comes up on oh, yeah Glendale. But it comes up as a different town altogether when I try to when I order something through Amazon for them one time.
Sorry about that.
So I'm just like prime parking over there is just like it's just standard Queens parking, but it's like there's like a one way. If you keep going down too far, you'll go really down to like a one way dead end street. And it's like yeah, that's getting me.
Yeah, no. I've grown up with it because of my dad. we always had to hustle for parking. Same with my mom. It's just a thing here. And then like driving in the streets here, it gets fucking stupid for no reason. Even Flushing, back in the day, Flushing had a parking lot. Big parking lot. Located right in the center of Main Street. It was like 3 floors. Wonderful city, wonderful facility. And then they decided to tear it down. They tore it down.
When did they tore it down?
I don't remember when. I just know they tore it down. And now it's like they were planning on doing something else with it. They couldn't do whatever it was they were planning with it. So now it's a parking spot again, but now it's like less floors. And when we were in college and we were all finally driving, graduated from college, we were all driving and shit finally. We were all excited that finally this place had cheap municipal parking, and now it's gone. It's fucking stupid.
It's like the amount of drivers have only increased. It doesn't decrease. You have a lot of old people that should be off the roads.
They should, but they're never gonna. They're like those fucking old people in South Park. They're just gonna keep driving until they kill some kids.
But then it doesn't help that you have the younger folks who should not be driving in the first place.
The ones who got their driver's license through just, passing the written exam.
I'm not even talking about those people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, just in general, like young people who gets cars somehow they can't afford X, Y, and Z, but they can afford this. They drive recklessly or haphazardly.
I had a kid like that the other day actually, and he was saved because he bought a good car. He bought so the brand for this car is so unknown that it was the first time I'd ever laid eyes on one. It was called the Genesis. I'd never heard of that brand before. His car was like $50,000 on that, but the reason why he survived is because the impact bar did its job and activated the sensors right on the spot.
How much did you pay for?
The car was fucking destroyed. Like that car is fucking like it, but it doesn't look like it won't be repairable. It looks like it'll be repairable, but it was they took a lot of damage. But it was mostly cosmetic. Like it's just to replace the bumper, replace this, replace that, and then like replace the airbags, recalibrate the sensors. You're gonna have to do that. Replace the sensors if they're busted. Like it came out to like a total of like almost $10,000 of damage that he did to the car.
Okay.
And it wasn't his car; it's a lease. It's gonna complicate things even more. Yeah, it's a major fucking mess. He was at fault, but he was okay though. And I'm like, the reason why you're okay right now, dude, is because you picked a good car. Like that's all I can really say. You picked a good car, and this car did its job and protected you and the other people near it. Obviously, like hopefully they're okay. But that's what happened.
Very valuable lesson.
I hope so too. He was a young kid. He was like maybe early 20s. But I'm just sitting there going like, what the fuck, dude? Like, that was some dangerous shit, you know?
Looking at this car Genesis right
Like Genesis G60 or something like that. G50, something like that.
GV60?
Something like that. I am not a fan of those cars that do like letter number for the names. Like Mazda CXR 550 or BMW.
God, that is so obnoxious.
M750 or whatever the fuck. It's like, come on, man. Just give your car a Toyota Camry.
Yeah,
Toyota RAV4.
Name. Don't spell at me for your car's name.
Yeah, Mazda Sienna, right? Like or Mazda, what is it? Mitsubishi Montero,
Or Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Mitsubishi
And that
Eclipse,
stands out.
right? Like, but you know the
One of
cars, like you know the name, you know the car. You're like, all right, I know what I'm getting. Fucking BMW, M50, M40, X54. Like, yo, fuck you. X69, not that assholes. Nissan G, like, or like
Maybe.
another one like G40. Like, really?
Yeah, this is definitely the most fun American
The Americans just do it too. Pontiac GTO.
car. No. I always say go like either Korean or Japanese.
Yep.
They can never go American.
No, I drive American now because of my fucking job, and I lost my Camry. But like I was driving,
Yeah.
I
But
was
if that
driving
never
Japanese.
happened,
I'd be
but
still
if
on
it,
Japanese.
yeah.
I'd still be taking care of that car. Like I'm actually debating like if liability doesn't go well or whatever the fuck. Like I might just tell my dad like, hey, let's rent out a tow. Come down here to New York with the tow. Let's go take this bad boy back to New York. You know. Take this back to PA, you know, and he can fix it over there. He has like he may know people over there that may be able to fix it for him or something. Because it's still like the engine is good. It's just damage, like body damage is all.
Yeah, if it's body damage, then it definitely sounds like definitely salvageable. It's like mostly under the ground.
Hmm. It should be in theory like I think it should be about $1,000 because they need to buy 2 new doors, maybe 1 new door. They got a section off as part of the quarter panel in the back, suspension alignment, wheelhouse. Replace the wheelhouse and the quarter panel and the rear quarter panel, and then also they're gonna have to replace the what do you call it? But I have to replace it. Oh, and my mirror, my left side view mirror.
Right, right.
That comes out. It's like about 2,000. Like about like $1,000, I think. The question is, if the car is worth less than $1,000, less than the $2,000 at the time of the repair, they might just go ahead and declare it a total loss. However, if that is the case, I can still ask them to give me the $2,000, and I may just be able to go ahead and move to repair it anyway. I mean, it's not like it's a 14-year-old car. A lot of people are like, well, it's not worth saving a 14-year-old car. I'm like, yeah, well, it's not. But if somebody knows how to do it, you might be able to get the work done, and the car will still be useful. Wasn't Kenny going around telling anybody want to stream and his ass isn't even online yet?
Look, you know what he's about. Like this shouldn't even surprise you at this point.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I got on, I saw you and Bruno on, and I didn't see him. I'm like, why am I not surprised?
Oh shit.
I'm just playing one round with Keller. I'm not gonna kill anyone. I'm just gonna shock them. At least this way I know I can just chill on top of the not being mistakes. Why does he want to? Oh.
He wants to stream.
Yeah, why? He's not.
I don't know. I mean, I'm running a small stream right now. I ran one on TikTok a few minutes ago for like an hour. I had like 450 something views, a few likes. Not bad. And I used Twitch to do it, and it went well. Then I had a bot pop up on my fucking Twitch and was offering me to like buy like buy bot chats. I'm like, nah, we're good. Not doing that. Pay you in Dogecoin. Yeah, we're good. We're not doing that. I ran a small stream on Twitch or whatever. It didn't go bad. Unfortunately, like now I found the flaw with TikTok where they can comment and I may not see it, and that's no good because people ask you questions sometimes, and it should never look like you're trying to dodge a question. So like somebody was saying like, do you support LGBTQ? And it was dodged, so I responded to it. I saw it and I responded to it and I explained myself. I'm like, oh, I missed it, man. I'm sorry. And I added the guy and I friended the guy and shit. So that way it's not.
Here's the thing, like this is why I call them alpha gang, because they know these type. They should even. You kind of feel like they kind of know these type of things, or they at the very least they don't know. They need to give you the benefit of the doubt, and they just don't. They just rush the blood.
Yeah, I know they rush the blood, but like I kind of try my best to handle it in the best way possible. I guess. Yeah, I said, like, at the same time, like I want to engage with people, you know.
It's like, come on, if you're not helping your so-called cause, like you.
Like in all seriousness, I'm playing a horror game. I don't know how it would help your cause out. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Okay. I got my fucking eyes crushed in. That's some shit right there. Yeah, Kenny wants to run a stream. Probably gonna wind up having to have the conversation where it's like, no no Jim Cornette clips while we're on stream, brother. No offense to Jim Cornette. I just can't be running his shit on my stream.
But all the events.
Yeah, maybe all the events. It's gonna take like all the events. I can't fucking run Jim Cornette. I can't run an entire clip of Jim Cornette on my stream, man. It's fucking copyrighted shit.
By his design.
And yeah, like it's by his design. Jim Cornette has his shit. Again, he's allowed to copyright his shit. So like, no,
you're allowed to copyright your own stuff.
Yeah, like I'm allowed to copyright my shit. And so like, you know, I don't want to fucking piss off Jim Cornette. You're not allowed to fucking be doing that. And he has like a skewed vision of these guys. Like these guys don't go after people who copyright their shit. They do. I'm dead. Yeah, I got cornered on that one.
One day we're gonna get to a point where this is either gonna go away or be this inevitable climax. You know?
Which one? The Alphabet Gang? Or the copyright?
Both. Honestly, just both.
The Alphabet Gang, yes. The Alphabet Gang, I think sooner or later, in about 5 or 6 years, no one's gonna care. That might come off as offensive to some folks, but I genuinely believe in like 5 or 6 years from now, no one is gonna care. Like, it's not. I don't allow. Hello?
Ooh.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yep.
Alright. Did I go mute before?
No. I was just processing what you were saying.
Alright. How about now?
No, you're still good.
Now?
Yep, still good.
How about now?
Still good.
Alright. I'm toying with this mic. I just gotta figure it out, you know?
Mm.
So, no, like I was saying before, though, I think in like 5 years, I don't think anybody's gonna be thinking about that stuff anymore. Right? At least before the end of the decade, it's gonna be like. I think that sooner or later, people are going to recognize what all the folks who subscribe to the stuff really do. They tell you to say no to everything and say yes to certain things. But really, like, it's all a sense of, like, weird control.
Mm.
So I believe before the decade is out, a lot of people are going to start getting fed up with this culture of don't do this, don't say that, don't, no, say no to this. I got a feeling by like 2020, mark my words, by 2026, you're going to get like a really big movement of people just saying yes to everything. And they're going to realize, well, I did it, man. I said yes to everything for like a year, and that's how I got like my job. I met
Yeah, but that
Crystal.
was like a fun personal challenge type of thing.
I have a feeling the more people are going to start subscribing to that mindset, though, because it's like after a while, like what, you got Andrew Tate telling you, don't give some bitch not worth your time at the time of day, only give hot women a chance. Like, alright, well, if the fucking
Actually, no, he
guy,
doesn't even do that.
the
Like,
fucking
what he
guy,
does is like he demeans women as
yeah,
a whole because like he doesn't want to give up women any sort of power. Which like on the surface is like okay, that's like power as a thing, but when you look into it, it's sort of misogynistic.
yeah, it's just misogyny. And I
Like, that
personally
isn't to
think,
say that you can't have self-respect or self-worth. It's like there's a way to go about it.
well, I was actually having a conversation with everybody last night, being yes, I was the only guy here yesterday for New Year's. A lot of Crystal's friends came over, and I was like the only guy here. Like one of the girls, her boyfriend was in Ontario for New Year's. Another guy who wanted to join us. He had said yes to a friend before, so it wound up being like Crystal's two best friends, her sister and me. We were having like a round table discussion about like these, and I have to say like these liberal guys, which disguise themselves as pro women, they're just as dangerous as the fucking misogynistic ones. I'll point this out as that those guys are worse. Like why? I'm like because they go around preaching free love and change, but it's only when the system really fucking benefits them that they really care. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, normalize, having sex with your girlfriend's best friend while she's on her period because, single ladies need love too, right? Alright, cool. That is really fucking cool, right? Right? When, you don't get a fucking period. I pointed that out. I'm like, people like that are the ones you really gotta watch out for. People like Andrew Tate. Alright, fine, if a guy treats you like shit and, he has a bad idea of himself as being this guy who sits in front of fucking Corollas all day long. They really just rent that shit out. They don't really own those Ferraris.
Yeah.
If that's like if I'm gonna treat you like that, then you just know, right? Alright, fuck, I'm not dealing with this guy. He can keep negging me all he wants, right? But you're just not gonna do it. The ones I'm like, you really gotta watch out for are the ones that try to make you think that you're empowered. But really, I'm like, they're just behind your back treating you. They're really like just doing shit behind your back, and they've got you thinking, that you are not being manipulated because they try to make you think that you're thinking conservatively. So, like me, for example, I have a very, very important thing, right? I can tell Kenny that Vicky is pretty, right? Oh yeah, Vicky looks nice in that dress. Vicky looks nice in those shoes, right? The shoes look nice on Vicky, right? That's different. I am not gonna go say Vicky's hot. You know what I mean?
There's a line.
There's a line. So these fucking people, though, they try to say that, well, normalize giving compliments about someone's physical appearance. All right, Vicky is pretty. That's all. Vicky's pretty. That's all I gotta say, right? It doesn't go past that. These fucking people, they go, well, why can't you be more specific? Why do you think Vicky's pretty? Because that's inappropriate. No, it's not. You're just giving a compliment. I gave the compliment already. I don't need to be specific, right? Well, normalize being able to look beyond someone's physicality as a sexual thing.
I gotta hate that. It's like
Bingo, right? It's fucking obnoxious. Like,
it never ends because like it feels like one big trap because like for a man to do any sort of thing like that, it's like it'd be instantly thrown on his head. Women, on the other hand, doing it to other women, even though you know that women, if other women has some sort of attraction to it, you know, it's perfectly acceptable. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yep. Like women can say it among each other, but it's like even then, right? Like you go ahead and say something, it comes off weird. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable. This is between me and you. I wouldn't feel comfortable if like somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, Crystal has a really fine ass today, man. I hope you're tapping that." Oh well, here we go. Punch, ping,
like,
cow soup.
Because like, here's the thing: you naturally are not going to get comfortable hearing that. Who would?
No,
who would?
like,
And
nobody
anyone that
would.
said they are, they're lying.
You got fucking problems.
To a certain point.
Yeah, you got fucking problem. Why are you looking at my girlfriend? Why are you looking at my girl like that for? You know, like what the fuck is wrong with you? You can say like, oh yeah, you know, she looks pretty today in her dress. All right, thank you. Right? You should tell her that. It'll make her feel nice. She has really nice shoes on. Thank you. Her hair looks nice. Thank you. That's fine. Yeah. She has a nice ass. You crossed the line. No. Like, no. Dude, come on. Well, normalize giving a problem. You know what? Why don't you normalize shutting the fuck up?
Like, come on. It's just like, I don't know. It's like, part of it is a generational thing because, like, it's weird. Because we came from a generation that had a weird double standard when it came to that type of thing. They would ogle like women, you know, like every day of the week. But when it comes on to their women, they're like, oh no, you
No, yeah, like the cat calling. Like that was a fucking sport for some of these cats.
Yeah. But it's like when it happens to their women, if they end up marriage landing like more than like 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, they have a problem with it all of a sudden.
Oh no. Don't you dare call my woman. She's fucking taken. Like, well, bro, why you're married? Why are you out there catcalling women in the first place?
Why are you catcalling my girlfriend?
And why are you catcalling my girlfriend? Well, because she's out on the street. I'm like, well, where the fuck you think your wife is right now? You think she's home all day? You think she only goes into
Ted. She's fucking Ted.
She's fucking the milkman. She's fucking Ted right now while you're over here working like an idiot, catcalling other women.
That's so hilarious.
Oh no, man.
That was a thing.
I cannot. One of the funniest things I ever saw on that show, Married with Children, was when they made Al Bundy be the Santa. That's a bad idea right there from the beginning, but they made Al Bundy be the Santa for the kids in the neighborhood. So and he's like telling the kids like terrible shit about their parents. He's like, how about for Christmas, tell Santa, tell your dad that Santa thought about him this Christmas also. That he should come home on his break while the mailman is giving mommy a special delivery. Man, I thought this thing was fucking dead. I was looking for it. He should come home when mommy's having a special delivery. Another kid's like, I'll give you the present that tell your mom that we know about the Jack Daniels under the floorboards or something like that. I'm just like,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like trying to rationalize upbringing versus the nonsense that is today's world. It's like I don't think I give women compliments anymore. I just can't. And it's like at
You
one point
can
I have no problem, and now I'm just like,
you can compliment. It's just a matter of how it's done, right? Like,
well, I know, I know that, like in my brain I know that, but like instinctually, like emotionally, for some reason it didn't resonate. Which is annoying because on the one hand, they're like, I think it boils down to the whole they wouldn't have reacted. And I'm just like, okay, fine, you don't get anything now. Like, since you can't handle things like a mature adult, you don't get anything. You
yeah, I
treat you
know.
like a kid.
At that point, yeah, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna like compliment you because you obviously don't like it. So that's it. Oh no, don't say that. Nah, you fucking reacted weird, dude. Like, I'm not gonna compliment you anymore. Fuck, the other one mutated. So I'm like going down this hallway, right? The first one is a mutant cop. So the mutant cop, I take him on, but then when you walk past, the second guy flies out of the vent. He also can mutate. So what I did was I killed both of them, but before I could finish off the one that can mutate when he's downed, another one popped up out of the vent, and that gave the other one that I thought was dead a minute to get back up, mutated.
You didn't curb stomp check?
I tried, but when I was going for the curb stomp, the fucking thing got up. I'm gonna try this one more time. I'm gonna do Dead by Daylight.
That's what, yeah.
What?
That's what I like. That's how I like certain games that are just pioneer. And like they came out for a reason. And it's just like you never look at gaming the same way again. Like the fact that I haven't played Dead Space, I see the playthrough of it. Fucking phenomenal. The fact that now I'm just like I make sure to double tap. I didn't have to wait to see the movie Zombieland in order to learn that lesson.
Oh yeah, no. We're from that era.
I actually had to sit down and see a playthrough of Dead Space, which I think they're on the same decade, right?
They came out in that time frame, yeah, together.
Yeah.
I remember when Dead Space came out, I was really fucking excited for it when it first came out, and I wound up getting it like at a really good discount because I got it like I think I got it. I was with Lauren already. I got it like in 2009. I think it came out like in 2007, 2008-ish.
2008.
Yep.
Yeah. Zombieland came out in 2009.
And I remember I got it when I finally got it. I got it like at a really low price. It was like $10 or something at GameStop. Like a year later. When I got it, I was like super fucking excited. I got it on 360. Then the girl I was dating at the time, she was another horror freak. So we both watched it. We were like, she was watching me play along when we were in college. But it was like a really tough fucking game. So she had like a very low patience for when I would keep getting killed. So that's why I was like, well, you're not getting killed. I think we have something more fun we can do instead. Alright. I'm not gonna say no. When Kenny likes to bring up that Wendy Chu lady, I'm like, yeah, I've been with people much prettier than Wendy Chu.
But since she was wrestling, that's what's gonna stick out.
Yeah, I know it's gonna stick, but it's like, I mean, like, you know, one of the things, right? Like I always say, right, I don't like bragging about shit. Because when you brag about something, it's kind of like tacky. Or like, why are you bragging about that, dude? Like, come on, show some class. But if I were to brag for a moment, the lady in question, she's married now. The lady I'm talking about right now, who used to play Dead Space with, like, she's married now. But she like models for BMW. That's like the last thing I heard about her. She lives out in California modeling for BMW. Like the last
West
thing I heard
California.
about. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't really know for sure. That's the last thing I heard about her.
I just want to get into modeling safely and all because I know how people used to get into modeling back in the day.
You have to
It
go
was
through the
easy.
agencies and all that stuff, but like these days
Or
it's
you
through
probably do
Instagram.
some sketchy stuff.
These days it's like through Instagram and stuff because like I know another girl who is like a Subaru. She's a big Subaru girl.
Mhm.
She actually looks like someone from Dead by Daylight. She looks like the witch lady from Dead by
Oh,
Daylight.
Michaela.
Yeah, she looks like her. A little bit. Well, when she was, yeah, no, like, I guess when she was a lot younger, she had the aesthetic down more. Like, she looks like Michaela from Dead by Daylight. So she models, like, she doesn't model, but she, like, always takes pictures of Subarus. She takes, like, glam shots with the Subarus in it. She's at 50K followers over on Instagram.
Oh, that's kind of low.
Low for her, that, yeah. 50K. Low for Instagram. But she's doing better than some of the other girls that I know. Like some girls I know that are trying to do the modeling game, they're like at 5,000, 6,000. They think they're hot shit. She's the one I know with like the biggest following.
Of that section.
Huh?
Of that section of people.
Yeah. So like she's been doing that. So I go back like, oh yeah, Wendy Chu. I'm like, yeah, even that chick that wanted to model the Subarus eyeballed me once or twice, and I told Crystal about it. No, not the Subaru one. Forgot who it was. Oh, no, there's another one too. That was like telling Crystal about the other days. We had to like have a whole conversation about it. That she's worked in like media, and now she does now she's like over on TikTok too. She does a lot of like she doesn't do modeling per se, but she's like she's like a Christian TikTok, whatever, Christian spiritual TikTok channel.
Well, she enjoys her stuff.
I hope so too. But she's been up to. But it's like, yeah, I can compare all of them next to fucking Wendy Chu. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm better than Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu looks like a fucking weirdo wearing a baby onesie on TV.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Western women, why didn't either you or Bruno answer?
Huh?
Because then he puts a message like saying left or right on this thing. Okay, yeah, the message didn't come out clearly.
What was he talking about? I didn't.
Yeah, he finally responded with the photo. I don't know who this person is.
Who? Oh, that lady. Oh yeah, it's another wrestling. The lady's fuck. It's the same lady.
I know it's the same lady, but I'm just like.
That's this lady called Rhea Ripley. But I'm just not responding because I just don't care to respond about Rhea Ripley. That's just ultimately where I am. Like, cool. Rhea Ripley used to look like a blondie back in the day. Now she looks like a total goth chick. Whatever.
I don't want to look at women. I just look at women on dating apps that at least for the next 3 months. And then after that, I'm checking this app out the window.
Which app are you using?
Now I'm sticking with Coffee and Meets Bagel.
Coffee Meets Bagel?
Yeah.
I've heard that one's good.
The same thing about Hinge and
Hinge is weird. I didn't like Hinge because like you kind of like sort of know the people on Hinge. That's the whole point.
Really? That's how
You're,
it
they're
works?
supposed to be like when you connect it to your Facebook profile. If I remember correctly about Hinge, they're
I'm gonna
supposed to
have
be
mine connected.
they're supposed to be like friends of your friend.
Before that one was actually no, I was using that one in tandem with Bumble, and yeah,
Have you tried OKC?
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching.
Did it become all fucked up OKC? Back in the day, it was a good one.
Yo, yeah, it used to be back in the day. Now it's just.
Um,
I'm just trying to use modern ones because I think they're
Loud and clear, bro.
cool
Good timing too.
more.
I'm getting close.
You use like ones that are up to date, and you're more likely to get genuine.
Not so fast. See that building oxygen
Well, they're actually
processing?
also risky.
There's a security station inside. You need to get there to lift the lockdown in the dome. Can't dock the tram until you do.
Right, I'm hoping that the pool's not as tainted.
yeah,
So some of the legacy ones.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. Hold out. Dude, keep looking. From what I've heard, the horror stories that I've been hearing, a lot of the single ladies I know go through, you have nothing to worry about in terms of competition with all these stupid people out there right now. Just relax.
I feel like competition not a big concern. It's just the women because like.
Oh, trust me,
I
you
like-
don't want a pretty idiot neither. You'll be good.
I mean, don't I? Because like
You don't.
a
Trust
pretty
me.
idiot is more likely to be loyal.
No,
than
they're
a
not.
pretty bitch who knows, or either knows or thinks she knows what she's doing.
Trust me, no, they're not. A lot of people I know thought that. They're like, oh, well, you know, pretty idiot. She's at least, but if she wouldn't leave, right? Because she's loyal. And no,
No, no. You have the stereotypical pretty idiot that are just like will go at the sight of like something that she just deems better. I'm talking about like the pretty idiot that like had like idiot in a sort of like naive way.
yeah,
Not like
no.
like
They're-
brain cells way.
They think
They
they
more
make
like
you
have
think
good-
that. They make you think that. But now I've encountered a few of them myself. They make themselves seem as though, yeah, you know, I'm a pretty idiot, but they're really not. What they are is survivalists. They're survivors. So what goes on is they know you got a good job, so they're gonna be loyal while you got a good job going. But here's the kicker: they're only good for a little while, and then after a while, you kind of realize that the world we live in today, you kind of need someone smart that is gonna help you, or you guys can help each other out. That's the only way nowadays. You
Or they
can't
just,
really,
you know-
you can't afford a pretty idiot no more.
Well, at least what I've been seeing, and I'll explain a personal story in just a minute. It's just like they tend to kind of like play the field without letting people know they're playing the field.
Yeah, they're good at
best.
that.
Or at worst, they just they're kind of just cheap, and they just like they go on with one person and then just like find something better, and then if they like what they had with the first person, they just hold on to that person. But this becomes you become unavailable in multiple systems where you spend more time with the main person, they're more likely to be with anyway. And then, but you don't have the heart or the proper human capacity to just break up with the person.
You mean them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, I encountered someone like that a long time ago. She was a pretty idiot. And the guy who she was dating was actually in the slammer for like about a year and some change. And the guy was in the slammer, and while he was in the slammer, she was definitely hooking up with other people. Like, this is not even was she or not? She definitely was. She admitted that one to me. She she was like, she hooked up with a dude who she used to know when he was in the slammer. She decided to do that, and I'm like, yeah, no, I gotta fucking ditch you. But like, her whole grift was she just wanted to find someone who will be able to take care of her and, you know, help her pay off her debts or whatever the fuck. She was looking for she was looking for a sugar daddy. And in my head, I'm like, you know, it's not that simple anymore, right? To be sugar baby. It doesn't, like, I don't know in what universe it works, but I just don't really see that as a thing anymore, you know, being a sugar mama. Like, it's just being a sugar daddy. Like, it's just not feasible these days. Because, like, at least for someone like us, right? Like, we're working class, right? As far as I'm concerned, like, we're not broke and shit, but we do depend on our jobs. So in what universe is it okay for me right now to go find a sugar mama, to go find a sugar baby? Like, it's not, it doesn't work because I can't afford a sugar baby.
But like, they think they can find, like, say, like a Hugh Hefner, but like much younger and more attractive and all this and that. Like, they think they can find something that meets some unrealistic expectations.
Oh yeah, they do. They think that, and that's where it's like, yeah, you keep on thinking that. I'm gonna go find someone else, which is ultimately what I did. Like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, you keep on holding out for Hugh Hefner with his wrinkled ass and his wrinkled balls. I am going to go find someone else. And then the fucked up part is they don't like it when you move on either. They do not.
They never do.
Like, this fucking girl, like, after I moved on, I started dating Crystal. She kind of, like, failed to acknowledge that Crystal was even around. She didn't want to acknowledge Crystal.
How the
like, she just did not. She didn't, like, she just pretend like Crystal didn't fucking exist. And I'm like, yeah, nah, she does, bro. She exists. And then after that, when we moved out, I told Crystal, like, hey, this fucking girl calls me to complain all day. And some of my friends are like, damn, man, you've spoken to that girl in some of the nastiest ways possible. And I don't understand why she continues to call you. You know? Like, you said some mean things to this fucking girl. I do not understand why she continues to call you back. I'm like, I don't either. Aside from stop fucking calling me, I don't know how much clearer than that I can possibly get. You know, like, don't call me anymore. All you do is call to complain. All you do is, like, you know, I don't want to hear about your fucking problems. Right? I've shouted at the phone and shit, and calls like a couple of hours later, like nothing's wrong. So, the last, like, conversation I had with her, I had to tell her, like, yo, yeah, Crystal doesn't want you calling around anymore. So I need you to stop calling around. Like, just stop calling. Like, I don't want to pick up the phone on you. You are still with your boyfriend. Your boyfriend is a fucking jealous, crazy dude. I don't want any trouble. I can't be picking up the phone on you anymore. You gotta stop calling me. So then I blocked her. Like, we stopped. Like, she kept calling. And, yeah, she kept calling. I didn't pick up the phone. She started calling me while I was at work, which is like super suspect. Calling me while I'm at work. It's like, why are you calling me while I'm at work? It's fucking weird. Started calling me like multiple times during the day, and I never picked up until like on Halloween. I remember Crystal saw the call again, and then Crystal's like, hold on. She took my phone. She's like, this is what you do. She just issued the block. She blocked the number. She's like, there you go. So then after she blocked the number, a fucking girl called me again, but this time she called me from a different number. And then she called me from a different number. She's like, hey, I guess you blocked my number and we're not talking anymore. And I just hung up the phone. Like, I don't know why you're calling me. Like, Like, I really don't. Yeah, I don't want to be one of these fucking people. I don't know why I'm calling it. So she calls me again, and then like she left me alone. Then like back in July, she was trying to add me on Instagram, and I like, took her like I fucking like just told Tristan, look who's trying to add me on Instagram, and Crystal was like, oh, again, huh? All right, here's how we handle this. And she just fucking like turned it down. She like fucking blocked it, something along those lines, because then she fucking tried again. Like it was like a non-stop thing. So after a while, Crystal was like, well, she'll get tired eventually. She'll stop. Just keep rejecting the friend requests. I'm like, alright. And I did. Then like a couple of weeks later, a couple of months ago, like I found an email from her. Like, oh, so we're never talking again? I don't know at what fucking point you stop calling here.
Came up like a friend of mine earlier. Told me that like the guy that we used to meet in school. At the time, he was dating his now wife, and then his girlfriend. Like, a girl that we used to go to school with had a crush on our former friend, and the way she handled it was weird. Like she like refused to acknowledge the girlfriend at the time. But then was just like sending my friend Julian these messages, and like he didn't get it. Like he was like the oblivious guy who didn't get that another girl